Do you love the art, music, and feel that Studio Ghibli films give you? Well, you might want to check out some of these game titles that gives you those cozy vibes, and I'm going to take a guess that there are quite a few you may not have heard of. Let me know if I'm right down in the comments below. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. First game on the list is just exuding Studio Ghibli vibes with its hand-painted art and peaceful music, and that's Hoa. This platforming puzzler game has you following Hoa through her journey through the forest while meeting some interesting creatures and with some very light puzzling along the way. This game is just too stunning visually and musically since everything is hand-drawn with its originally composed live recording of the game soundtrack. You can snag this calming game on platforms like PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Next, we have a game that has been mentioned a couple times on our channel since it covers so many great gaming bases, and that's Europa. You play as Z, who runs and glides around to discover the lush land that is Europa. Take in the breathtaking meadows and lakes along the way while solving puzzles and unraveling the story about the relationship between humans and nature. We're really loving the mechanics of this game and of course how stunning the world looks. There's also a demo out right now if you wanted to give it a try. Although it was supposed to be released in April, the creator noted it was most likely going to be released late in the summer. It's looking like this game will be released almost on all platforms. Keeping along with the theme of gliding and discovery comes a game inspired by Kiki's delivery service, and that's Mika and the Witch's Mountain. This game has you following Mika as she delivers packages to small towns in your magic broom. While doing so, discover the small secrets that the town has, meet new friends and characters, and find treasures to add to your collections and other outfits. This cute and simple concept really shines with its world to explore and places to see such as the secret mountains, ancient ruins, and the suit factory. This charming game has a demo out right now for you to try and will be released hopefully sometime this year on PC, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and even Steam Deck. With very classic Studio Ghibli starting tales, Spirtwell has you playing as a child who has fallen down a well and now journeys through the spirit world as he tries to find his way home. With its cute pixel art and animation, little mini games along the way, and its original soundtrack, it's looking like a really interesting play. And let's be real, looking at the characters, we're almost seeing a huge resemblance and inspirations from some of the characters we already know. This game doesn't have a release date as of yet since it's pretty new, but it will be launching its Kickstarter soon, and we'll have it linked down in the description below in case you're interested. Following along with the spirit theming comes a game that we've mentioned before on our previous videos, and that's Spirttea. With the basis of classic Studio Ghibli stories, you're the human that the spirits are surprised that they can see them, and they need help getting their bathhouse back in order. Fix the problems that some spirits are causing by solving puzzles, making friends, and you get to upgrade and even decorate the bathhouse. I really love the activities that you get to do, like cleaning the bathhouse, prepping the perfect bathwater, and the mini organization. This game is out right now for systems like Switch, PC, and Xbox. Next game has you on a journey on a flying ship in this life sim game called Sally. You get to craft, cook, farm, and build on your area in the skies alongside your family and community who was originally built by two lovely grandmothers. Of course, we love the classic cozy aspects of this game, but also its uniqueness of being on a ship, being able to explore new floating islands along the ship's journey, and the more unique animal and plants grown, like having a heron being around, or planting unique flowers like violets and irises. This game's timeline is hoping to have an early access in Q2 of 2024 and hopefully in the game release sometime in early Q1 of 2025 on systems like PC first and then aiming for a Switch release. A lot of cozy games have farming as part of their main game aspect, but in Golembert, this one really brings you to be connected with your plants and in the cutest artful way possible. Play as Golembert where he built out his magical dream garden, brewed potions, and manages the island. I really love the way this game really ties you in and focuses on the plants and nature by having things like dynamic watering systems, soil values, certain crops liking and disliking being next to each other, and the use of recycling roots into new plants. This game has yet to have a release date, but is hoping to release on PC. You can keep up with them with the socials like Twitter, YouTube, and their Steam page. Next, we have an exploration puzzler game that sets off flying in the sky, and that's No More Fathers. Follow a boy's journey in exploring the corrupted forests, solving puzzles, helping others, and finding the truth about the past of the islands as well as yourself and your father. The solo dev is currently working on the game and notes that although there isn't a particular uniqueness to their game, They would say that the medium of the main character flying in a way to greatly express to the player of the character's growth and freedom is a unique aspect of its own. No release date as of yet, but to see updates with this game along on their Twitter and their Steam page. Next, we're coming back with the managing an inn for spirits theme, and that's Yokai Inn. With its typical cozy aspects like farming, cooking, raising animals, crafting, and customizing, the cutest twist is that it's highly Japanese inspired both in artwork and gameplay, with its emphasis on the Taisho era in Japan. You get to expand the inn, draw in new spirit guests, celebrate Japanese holidays, and forge unique resources to craft tools to help you along the way. I really love the aspects of the art of the game, and it's definitely one on my own personal wish list. No release date as of yet, but follow their Twitter and Discord for continued updates and predicted to be released on PC, mobile, and Switch. Discover intrigued dungeons, challenge yourself to more mind-boggling puzzles, and venture out into the open world in Baldo, the Guardian Owls. This game is cute, but with its more ferocious enemies and more thrilling adventures and puzzles, it's farther from cozy as it may seem. It has you discovering a lot of new towns, discovering hidden temples, and unveiling secrets. Overall, there are some mixed reviews on this game, with some players saying that if you really enjoyed playing Tunic, you might like this, or some other players have noted that it does have a little bit more of an interesting story and soundtrack, while others note that there may be a poor performance and some bugs along the way. But overall, give this game a check out regardless to see if it's a good fit for you. It is currently out on platforms like PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Next is a fantasy farming adventure game that revolves around the yokai legends, and that's Tales of Seiku. As you arrive in the town with a friend, you buy your own house in the countryside, cultivate your crops, and venture into the underwater ruins filled with puzzles and mysteries, all in a Showa era. There are 40+ residents living on this island to interact with and romance, farming more unique crops and crafting unique contraptions, and cooking over 60+ delicious dishes from tempura to matcha cake. There are some more unique aspects to this game, like being able to shapeshift your character and celebrating more culturally rich events. This game is set to release for early access in Q4 of this year and for a planned release in PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Next, we have Vivarium, which is a story-driven adventure game that has you exploring unknown characters and planning an escape from a terrarium that you're stuck in. Inspired by the visuals of 1980s animes and mangas, this game is exuding high Studio Ghibli vibes for me. This game is also inspired lightly by the town exploration and storylines of Stardew Valley, and also graphics from Cuphead and the 70s to 80s Japanese animations. You play as Jenny, who finds a dying giant magical tree that is the core of Vivarium, but has died and has sprouted a new plant in its place for you to take care of. Solve puzzles, explore the mysterious world, and help the tree sprout grow. Keep up with them by signing in for their newsletter, which I'll link in the description below. Next, we have a game that we mentioned on this channel before, and that's Moonstone Island. This creature collecting life sim sets you in a world filled with hundreds of islands where you're able to complete your alchemy training by brewing potions, collecting spirits, and exploring temples and dungeons. I love that you get to travel by your broom, balloon, or glider to different islands, and that the spirits that you collect help you alongside your journey. Paired with other classic things like crafting, decorating, and farming, this makes it a really cute play. This game is released for Switch, PC, and even macOS. Next, we have a game that has you immersed in its ink-style artwork where you play as a Japanese sun goddess who takes the form of a legendary white wolf on a mission to take down the tyrannical monster in its ruined world in Okami. The visuals of this game is really what draws a lot of players in, with its brush-style artwork and super high resolution, and it really gives you that feeling of always playing inside a piece of Japanese artwork. This stunning game that was originally released for the PlayStation 2 is now redone beautifully for PlayStation 4, Xbox, PC, and Switch. The next charming game puts you in the future where society has collapsed and the population of the world is low, and now the world has moved down to an underground villages to start anew in Eastward. Just do know that there are some adult humor and more mature themes mentioned in this game, so just know that before purchasing. This quirky game is so intriguing, from its weird world to explore to its vibrant characters, and you get to fight off mysterious monsters through your trustworthy frying pan or even a flamethrower. With the retro beats from an Irish sound studio, this unique game is out for platforms like PC, Switch, Xbox, and macOS. Getting back-to-back mentions from us from our last cozy video that matched both giving Studio Ghibli vibes and being similar to unpacking comes Behind the Frame. If you're curious about what other games are like unpacking, give this video a watch as well from our channel after this one. But for those of you who haven't watched that other video, this game has you playing as an adult artist who is completing her masterpiece through painting and solving various puzzles. A perfect mix between relaxing and story. You can check out this game on platforms like Switch, PC, PlayStation, and Mac. Next, we have a game that gives off Studio Ghibli vibes but also comes with multiple series of this game, and that's No Kuni. From titles like Wrath of the White Witch to Revenant Kingdom, the No Kuni series in the beginnings follows a young character named Oliver on his journey to save his mother and stop the beckoning evil, but the majority of the games overall have lots of magical elements and traveling between fantasy worlds. Lots of players really enjoyed the visual design of this game down to its artwork and immersive storyline and soundtrack. You can find No Kuni games on almost all gaming platforms. What games did you end up wishlisting from this list or were interested in playing? Have you played any of these games before? Let us know down in the comments below. Again, I'm Jen, one half of the Ginger Gaming Duo, and I'll catch you all on the next cozy video. Bye!